Nancy Thoennes. While sitting in the stands at Big Sky Speedway throughout the 1979 season with his new bride, Mike kept thinking about how much fun racing stock cars looked. So one night, he turned to her and said, "We can do this." And Nancy, always the adventurous one, says, "Let's go for it." So they went out and bought a car and started transforming it into a race car, and by next season, had it on the track. At my first race after time trials, I noticed on the pit board that I was in the pole position, Mike said. Then Chuck Fareed, one of the nicest guys I'd ever met, informed me that the slow car for the night got the pole. Back to earth I came, he said. Then in the first race, by the time we exited turn 2 on the first lap, I had already been pushed to the infield by the cars behind me so they could race. Despite the humbling beginnings, Mike says, he kept his mouth shut and opened his ears to learn about the new hobby that he had adopted. And it was during this time they both learned what a nice bond racer formed with each other. I broke a front spindle in a race and left to get a part. I lived only 10 minutes from the track, but by the time I got back to the car, it was fixed and ready to race for the main event. I asked Nancy who fixed it, and she said everybody. So my biggest problem that night was remembering which parts went to who. Over the next 22 years, this couple would pay back some of the hospitality they were shown when they started. Nancy was a 2-time secretary for the NWMSCRA and provided the racing results to the Interlake for many years. Mike was a 3-time president and on the board of directors for years. In 1995, as president of the NWMSCRA, Mike proposed instituting a Hall of Fame to honor those who have contributed to most of the racing in the Valley and who have served as director of the HOF until last year when Jim Seymour replaced him. Racers from the past will stand next to the racers of the future in recognition of their accomplishments, Mike said at the next time. Being included in the HOF now is the greatest honor in our racing career, Nancy said, because of the inductees who are chosen by your peers. When Montana Raceway Park threw their support behind the Hall of Fame, I knew they appreciated the history that is behind racing here, Mike said. And it brings back all the memories of how good my wife looked under a car, helping me change the transmission oil all over her beautiful long hair. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike and Nancy Thoennes. Well, ladies and gentlemen, one more time for your 2011 inductees into the Stock Car Hall of Fame. While we're intermission here, ladies and gentlemen, still some time to get on back to the concession stand, get some dinner, maybe another ice-cold Coors or Coors Light. Your choice is back there. There are a few burritos left, ladies and gentlemen. You want to try those? You can put a burrito and a margarita together for only $6 tonight. We're going to go main event racing in just a couple of minutes. Thanks for being with us here on Saturday night at Montana Raceway Park.
Hey, Daryl!